Let me know when you've thrown. Okay. All right. I believe we are live again with some more Big Bad Game-a-thon action. I hope everyone out there is doing well. My name is Conception. If you were around yesterday, you may have seen me do a little bit of Cartoon Summer Resort, and by a little bit, I mean all of it, of course. But today we're going to be doing something a little different than that. We're going to be doing something that I have kind of created on my own here. Now, I believe Sneak King, the game that you're seeing on your screen right now, has been featured in Big Bad Game-a-thon in the past, but what we are going to be doing today, we are affectionately calling the Burger King trilogy, specifically what I like to call it, the Have It Your Way Showcase. This is where I'm going to be doing all three Burger King games, a category of each, and attempting to accomplish that under an hour. Sometimes that can happen, sometimes that can't happen. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm feeling hopefully pretty good. We're going to be kicking it off with Sneak King, moving on to the second game, Big Bumpin, and then the third and final game in the BK trilogy is PocketBike Racer. So I think it's about time we get started. What do y'all say? I'll dive into a little bit more about what we do. Here we go. So Sneak King first. I'll get the timer going here in a second once the loading happens here. There we go. All right. So we're going to go new game. All right. Time's going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. I started it properly. Whatever. It's fine. Timer's going. You can see the timer going. That's all that matters. So, Sneak King. What is Sneak King? Sneak King is a weird game, as you might be able to interpret. Sneak King is where we play as the Burger King mascot. It is to separate from reality. I can assure you that we are a person in a mascot suit and not the actual Burger King, because there is a first-person mode where you can look through the eye holes, and it is unsettling. But you can't move, so that is weird. Anyways, what we're doing is we are sneaking up on unsuspecting yet hungry regular people and giving them the food that they so desire, as long as it's within the Burger King menu, of course. So what we're going to be doing, this is a category that we call 50% in the community. The reason why we call it 50% is that Sneak King has 4 levels, essentially. We're going to go this one first. 4 levels. We're only going to be playing 2 of them. And the reason for that is there's a couple reasons for that, actually. One, the game would be exponentially longer if we did all 4 levels. We have to essentially do 10 challenges per level, and the levels get bigger as they go up. So getting them playing all 4, oops, I messed this one up already. Playing all 4 levels, it doesn't really behoove us because it just kind of overstays its welcome. But even if we wanted to do a proper any percent run of this, the game has wild swings in RNG, unfortunately. So we would not be able to get a really solid estimate, especially with those last 2 levels. The RNG can swing massively, so that we could be 30 minutes under, we could be minutes over. It's just hard to say, you know. So it's a little hard to predict. Therefore, we do 50%, which is much more marathon safe. All right, so we're going to be doing 10 challenges on each level, as mentioned. This level is called Sawmill. This is where people are working and building a mill, apparently. We're going to be hitting up all these construction workers and giving them the food they so deserve. Now, it's not as simple as just sneaking up and giving them food. Depending on the challenges that we do, there are different requirements. We're attempting to do, of course, the 10 fastest challenges in any given situation, but they have different requirements. For example, the last challenge and now this one, all of the people we feed require what is called a flourish. You can see this little meter that comes up. I was doing just what regular surprises at first, but we don't need to, we actually cannot do regular surprises in order to make this work. We needed to make sure we get a flourish done. That is what the challenge calls for. So I have to go past the first notch on that little, that little meter that's kind of going up here for all of these. and as we get progressively farther into it, we're going to have more and more challenges that require harder things, whether it be we have to do a streak of challenges without getting caught, or we'll have to do like just a massive amount of them, or maybe we'll have to use a hiding spot, things like that. The challenges will continue to increase over time. For this one, we're still doing 3 level 1 flourishes. What makes these levels much more consistent is that RNG tends to be consistent. So you'll see that I'm heading towards people that are not hungry, but by the time I get there, they will be hungry, for example. And that is because these tend to be somewhat consistent. And that being said, some challenges have different levels of consistency that might not be. So for example, this one is a little bit odd. Usually this person gets hungry, but that's okay. We can just use this one. That was a little different, but that's a good example. Sometimes you think people are going to get hungry and it's a little bit consistent, and then other times it just ends up not being consistent. So there you go. All right, so we are 5 challenges through this. As mentioned, we have to be doing 10 challenges per level, so we're already a quarter of the way through Sneak King, believe it or not. All right, so we're on the 6th challenge here. Yeah, RNG is a little bit different than what I'm used to right now, so I'm gonna have to be actually, that's fine. Regular surprise is good here. We're gonna be doing a little bit of adapting, but that's okay. Adapting and overcoming is part of the speedrunning gene. There we go. We only need to do 3. We have to feed 3 people here. All regular surprises. Just pretty standard stuff. So actually, you know what? We're gonna do this one. It's actually a little faster. There we go. That should be challenge number 6 complete. Yes, I saw somebody in chat bringing this up, actually. Good point. So the Burger King games, how could you acquire these back in the day? Well, you can acquire them by going to a Burger King in 2006-ish and buying a value meal, and then paying an additional $3.99 per game to get these Burger King games. Now, what makes these games unique is that they are all they just one disc, but the disc is playable on both the original Xbox and the 360, which is interesting because they have different files and things like that. Oops, I did not need to do a flourish here. That's fine. Just a little slower. All that needed to be done here was to do from the surprise location. I'm actually playing on an original Xbox. Believe it or not, if you thought, you would think that if something is playable on both an older system and then a slightly newer system, playing on the newer system would be faster due to load times. It is not. It is not. It is actually faster to play on the original Xbox. My best, I don't fully know the reason. My best guess was that since the disc holds both assets for both games, that the assets on the original Xbox version are significantly smaller and therefore take less time to load. But that being said, they do look a lot better on the 360. But we are gonna go OG Xbox here for you today. So this is the 8th challenge here. It might have appeared slow because we had to kind of cross through into another area, but that challenge only required us to feed 1 person, which is why that challenge makes it worth it, kind of. All right, so the 9th challenge in here is a little finicky. Luckily, we only have to do regular surprises, but we have to do 5, and we cannot break our streak or we lose the whole challenge. Luckily enough for us, it seems like we're getting favorable RNG pattern here. So I do like that. If there should be a person, yep, there we go, near the saw, that gets hungry after this, and it seems like it's going just that way. We're going to be a little cautious, of course. That's 3. There's a person now behind me that it will be hungry. We got to be a little careful here, of course. Ooh, that was really close. So you might, I played around a little bit here. So you might have noticed that after you feed somebody, there is kind of like a small window of time in which their visual cones, the blue things that are on the ground, are not appearing. So you get a little bit of time, a little bit of reprieve in between. And I kind of took it right up to the line there for that fourth feeding, and luckily enough for us, it paid off. So 10th and final challenge of Sawmill, and then we're going to be going to the next area, cul-de-sac. This one is pretty easy. This one is a score-based challenge. So this person who's hungry, I'm actually going to wait until they're fully hungry, so when it's red, and then I'm going to get really close to them, and then I'm going to do a level 2 flourish. That's going to give me a lot of different score here. Let's see here. That's a level 3 flourish, which just gives me more points, so it's not against, you know. The only reason why I would want to do a level 2 flourish over a level 3 is because the animation for a level 3 flourish is quite long, as you might be able to tell. That's okay though, not a big deal. Just gains us an extra few seconds, and I'm going to do the same thing to this other person sawing wood here. There we go, and that should be, we needed to get 10k points within a certain amount of time, and this should be doing that for us. And here we are heading out of the sawmill to the cul-de-sac. All right, so cul-de-sac, we're going to be doing 10 more challenges here as well, and then after we complete those 10 challenges, we'll be heading right off to the second game, Big Bumpin. Cul-de-sac, the challenges ramp up a little bit, but luckily enough for us, everything tends to be a little bit more confined in the cul-de-sac. There's not as many nooks and crannies where people can hide as opposed to Sawmill, in my opinion. There are a few people like on the outskirts that tend to get hungry faster, but they're just so far away that it's not really worth it for us. One of these two people is gonna get hungry. There you go. So we'll end up trying to go for something more fancy. All right, so that's one challenge done already. We're going to be heading on over to challenge 2 here. Similar to one of the challenges in Sawmill, we're going to be trying to feed people that are extra hungry, getting really close to them, and doing a specific flourish to kind of maximize our score potential, because this is a score-based one. So here we go. Wait until we're red, and we're gonna do at least a level 2 flourish. There we go. And you can see there, hunger, flourish, range, and chain gives you an idea as to the scores and stuff that we're going for. What is important for score-based challenges like this, though, is that sometimes you can just kind of run around willy-nilly and be fine and not really worry about if people see you or not. But because chain is so important here, it gives us a score multiplier. We do not want to be seen by anybody, or else that will break our chain. So we're going to be focusing on not breaking our chain, as you might be able to imagine. I'm gonna try. It gets a little tight here. I think I can make this. I'm gonna be doing a level 3 flourish on here just to make sure we get all the points needed. The level 3 flourish dance is incredible, absolutely. Yeah, you can't always flourish when you present. Yeah, yeah, you could flourish in real life. There are no rules, in a way. So that is true. All right, level 3, there's actually the challenge 3 here, there's actually desired, and we got it right away. There's actually a desired cycle that we'd like to get here, and we got it pretty quickly, so I'm happy to see that. We want to see, basically what I look for is to see if that person in front of us is going to be hungry or not, and he was. Now I know I can be on a pretty good cycle here, and kind of chain together 5 feedings, which is what we need for this. So that person coming around the corner is hungry. That means I can run to the backyard. There's 2 people back here, and they get hungry in succession. So one person will be hungry, and there you go. There's the second. So you can kind of get a 2-for-1 special here. And then, believe it or not, the 4th challenge, we're going to be doing ideally the same exact pattern, but instead of doing regular surprises, we're going to hit them with a level 1 flourish, ideally at least. Ooh, bummer. That's fine. We didn't need to do this in a chain. It's not score based, but that was the person I was attempting to go for. All good though. We're just going to get this person instead, just a little slower than what we'd like, but not the end of the world. Yeah, that one can be a little tight. If you go a little too fast, she'll turn the corner, and bada bing, bada boom, she sees you. And, you know, you lose out on that one. So a little bit of a bummer, but it's all good. All right, same thing here for challenge floor, except we're going to be doing flourishes. Looks like we're on the good cycle again, which is great. Here's some chicken fries. I believe all of these are chicken fries in this specific challenge. So if you're a chicken fries enjoyer, as I am, you'll be happy with this one. Every time I do a speedrun of Sneak King on a marathon, one person will bring up, this looks like Nuketown from Call of Duty. And yes, it does. It indeed does. I don't know if that is purposeful or not, but it sure does. And I agree. All right, so it's presenting some chicken fries. Sorry for all the hungry folks out there if this is making you hungry. I'm also hungry, so, you know, I understand. I get it. I'm commonly hungry. All right, last one here. Yeah, this one was much more our speed, which worked out. All right, 4th challenge is complete. All right. Fifth challenge. There it is. I was like, why didn't it spawn? But it was there. I just was a little fast. This one, we only have to feed one person, and that person spawns right here. We need a yellow hunger, but a level 3 flourish. There you go. Perfect. Basically, we just need to get 2,000 points in one delivery. So you need to get good range, you know, yada, yada, yada. Good range, a certain level of hunger to achieve that. You know, things like that. 6 challenges here. 6 challenge is one of the longer ones. We have to feed 8 people. Luckily enough for chains for this don't matter, but it is definitely on the longer side, and we do have to do flourishes for all 8. And we talk about predictability in cycles. We were talking about that in Sawmill. For example, you can see there's a timer in the top right corner. When that hits 145, this person right in front of me should be hungry. Let's see. Just like I predicted. Because we have to feed 8 people in this challenge, it gets a little bit hairy as to what we end up going with next. It's just kind of whoever's hungry. But usually those first 2, the one that's at the stoop and then the one who's working on the vehicle, those tend to be somewhat predictable. And then I kind of just look around to see who gets hungry next. Luckily enough, we're getting pretty fast responses. I see there's one person on the outskirts there, but that is just way too far, and I probably would not make it anyway, so I'm not going to bother with that one. But there's somebody in the middle of the cul-de-sac. I'll come around for that one. That's fine. Again, being seen does not matter for this. We just need to be doing flourishes. That's all that matters. BK is mid. Yeah, I would say that's probably accurate. I mean, you know, the food, it's there. It's an old reliable sometimes, you know, when you need it, but, you know, would I rather eat some other foods? Probably. I probably would. That being said, do I get immense enjoyment out of running this silly game? Very much so. Oh, a person went inside? That's interesting. I've liked to have fed that person, but it was not in the cards apparently. Oh, they did come out. Let's see if I can get it. Never mind. There's a person right here. Now this is the last delivery, so don't need to worry about it. Okay. All right. 6 challenges complete, luckily. All right. So only 4 more challenges here. This one, ideally will only need to feed 2 people. It is a score-based challenge, but it can be a little finicky. We're actually going to swing out here to avoid being seen and to see who gets hungry first. It looks like this car repair person. I'm going to wait for full red hunger. Just creeping a little bit, just creeping. There we go. That should get us some points. And then we just need another hungry person to ideally do the same thing. I see there's somebody yellow hunger down that way. Let's see if I can make it. Ugh, no, bummer. All right, that's okay. We did get seen. That's going to break our chain, so I'm going to try to salvage it with another level 3 flourish. Oh, that's a level 2 flourish anyway. So that's all right. We're going to have to feed an extra person in this challenge. Not the end of the world, but a little bit of a bummer and definitely slower. So we'll make it work, though. Actually, we'll come around the front here. That should be fine. That should be enough points. I forget the amount of points needed for this challenge. Usually I can just do it in 2, but that should be enough. There we go. All right, 8th challenge. 8th challenge is interesting. It's a little far away, but what we're gonna do, so ideally we're trying to do this in 3 feedings. What makes this challenge unique is that we are not allowed to use flourishes, but we do need to hit a certain point threshold. So we can only use regular surprises though, so we're going to be capitalizing on us using things like the range, which is proximity closest to the person who's hungry, as well as their hunger level. So I'm gonna be waiting until this person gets full red hunger and hit them with the regular surprise as close as I possibly can to them. Just like that. If I get range times 3, I know I did it right. And hunger times 4, that's also looking pretty good. There's a person around the corner here, should be getting hungry. There we go. I think they like to they might not, no, never mind. I think they already swung around. I'm gonna wait again until the red, no, never mind. Oh, bummer. All right, that's okay. We can make up some points here on this one. We're gonna wait for red hunger. All right. We will need to, you can do this in 2 people. Actually, no, you can't do it in 2 people. You have to do it in 3 people, but I might have to do it in 4 people, unfortunately. But we will see how it goes. There, where is that person? That person is a mile away, it seems. No, we do not want to get spotted again. I do not want to get spotted again. Let's see if we can do this with one more red hunger. Let's see. Is that enough point? No, I think we're going to have to feed one more person. I think it has to get to 5,000. So it doesn't really matter. You know, I don't have to wait for hunger levels. I just need to feed somebody. And that should be enough points. So yeah, one extra person than we intended, but not a big deal. All right, challenge number 9 can be annoying. It depends on if we get a good cycle or not. So we're gonna head back here. We need to feed 5 people, cannot break our streak or else we lose the challenge, so cannot get spotted by anybody. That means we're playing a little bit more cautiously for this one. Let's see here, it looks like we did get a good pattern. Also don't need to worry about doing anything in terms of like flourishes, which is good. Yes, so far we are on the right pattern, it seems. All right, and then we're gonna head around to the front here where we should be seeing the mail delivery person getting hungry, I believe, if I'm on the correct pattern. Okay, not the mail delivery person, but somebody. Mail delivery, oh, there it is, mail delivery person. Maybe we're just a little faster than I thought. And then during this animation, the person walking behind me should get hungry during it. Let's see if that's the case. Not quite. So I'm not quite on the pattern I thought I was, but we can make it work. Easy. Also, one thing to keep in mind as well, if you press A early to try to initiate a challenge, you can actually give yourself away because it makes a sound effect. So it's as if you were running as opposed to walking and sneaking. So you got to be a little bit careful with that. A mod where we can deliver Bergie instead would be ideal as well. Yes, I would love that. More Bergies, please. All right, last challenge, and then we are moving on. So this one, we have to do concurrent flourishes. So first feeding will be a level 1 flourish, then a level 2 flourish on the second one, followed by a level 3 on the last one. So, okay, that person, I don't know what that person is doing. Usually they're standing up. I think they're just painting the bottom of the fence. I don't really know what was going on there. A little strange, but we're making it work. All right, and then who's gonna get hungry? Let's see, sometimes this person gets hungry. Seems like not today. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go, perfect, that worked out. All right, and then we're gonna just leave the area to show that we've completed the game, and then we're gonna move on to the game number 2 of the Have It Your Way showcase, Big Bumpin. All right, so you're gonna see right away that I'm using actual discs and using an actual Xbox for this, so you know it is not a surprise to anybody. So you're gonna see, you know, throwback if you were an Xbox gamer back in the day, you're gonna see the old school Xbox menu and stuff like that. That brings me some joy, personally. Hope it brings you some joy too. And then Big Bumpin is what we got next. Now, Big Bumpin is probably, in my opinion, the worst of the 3 games. It's essentially a bumper cars party game. So what the category that we do in Big Bumpin is we will be completing all rides, essentially all possible challenges that are present in here. Which are basically like 5 different maps with 2 games each. A lot of the games repeat. So for example, we are in a bumper car now, and this is essentially a hot potato game. Now, what makes Big Bumpin' such a quirky and fun game to speedrun is that for a vast majority of these challenges, the fastest way to complete them is to lose yourself. So you don't want to, you're not trying to actively win. For example, this is a hot potato game. I'm going to... Oh, you jerk. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to hold the hot potato the whole time, let my health deplete, and once my health depletes, I can auto complete the game. Now, right at the last possible second, the computer players, which you would think in essence would be trying to dodge me, decided to come right up to me and hit me. So we're gonna have to do 1 extra hot potato in this one than I would have liked, but not the end of the world again. We'll make it work. You definitely do not want to hit that little wrench icon as well, because that repairs your health, so definitely don't want to do that. So essentially I try to get the hot potato, stay in a corner where they're going to mostly want to dodge me, and then wait until I explode, just like that. Yes, Whopper Jr. is in a bumper car. There's all kinds of characters. This next game is called Last Man Standing, which is the easiest thing to do because all you have to be is the first person not standing. It's like this. Voila, complete. All right. So the deep. That's the next map here. Another hot potato type game, so we're going to be doing that again. Ideally, the best thing to do, of course, is to get the potato first, but it doesn't matter. The meter continues decreasing at the same pace regardless, so as long as I hold it when it runs out, that's all that matters. Do not come near me. Do not come near me. Do not come near me. Cool, that's one. Now, you can do it in 2 explosions. Ideally, that's what we're gonna end up doing. Do not come near me, please. But yeah, I feel like this is always a good fit for a Big Bad Game-a-thon type deal. Any game where you actively have to try not to play it in order to progress it as fast as possible I just get a kick out of that. Cool. All right, that's the second. So each mini game will repeat twice, by the way. We will not be seeing any more hot potato type games in this one. This one is by far the most annoying. So we're going to, so this is called Power Surge. Essentially what we do in Power Surge is there'll be like a beacon of light of some sort. And then, no, that's fine. We can block one. And then you need to take that. You'll have a meter that goes down progressively the more you get hit. And then, basically you want somebody to get 300 points. The fastest way that I've come to understand how to defeat this is to try, and you can't really fully control it because it's you versus 3 computer players, so there's only so much you can do, to try to take somebody out of the match. That being said, all 3 of the computer players now have scored once, so I'm trying to determine in real time which one is going to be the best to try to eliminate. Right now it seems to be Brooke Burke over there. Brooke Burke is a celebrity of some sort, apparently, at least back in the day, who cameoed in this game as well as PocketBike Racer. I don't really know who she is, but that is how it is. So yeah, so essentially, instead of me trying to win, which will never go well because it's me versus 3 computers, I try to take out one of the computers, so it tends to be a one-on-one type match in an ideal scenario. So we'll see how that goes. It's hard. It's really hard to predict. I should have blocked it. That's fine. It's really hard to predict who is going to be, coming out on top of it. So you're just kind of trying your best and hoping that you get something fast, a little bit out of your control, as you can probably imagine. Right now, Brooke is taking it to the shed. So let's see. Yeah, I see some Brooke Burke familiarity in the chat. Yeah, so not somebody I'm familiar with. So, but maybe somebody else out there knows. But you can play as Brooke Burke. You can play as pretty much any of these characters that you'll see. You could play as Whopper Jr., the mascot for chicken fries, which was called the Subservient Chicken. You could play as the chicken as well. I just, unless I'm doing of course, a marathon incentive for a donation incentive or something like that, I tend not to switch the character just because it's faster to load in that way, just how it goes. So, ideally, we would love for, is that Brett? I can't even read what that is. Bray? It looks like B-R-E-Y-Y in the bottom right, but I'm guessing it's actually Brett, and that's just a weird T. But yeah, see, I could try to take people out of the game, but there's only so much I can do. Okay, that's fine. Oh yeah, it is Brett. There you go. Congrats, Brett. All right, so now we are into the ice box, last man standing for this one as well. So we're just gonna, oops, I went the wrong way. We want to hit one of these targets and fall into it, and then fall into it. There we go. That was a little slower than I would have liked, but not a big deal. So that one is easy. And then we have Bumpin Hockey, which is by far probably my least favorite of all the mini games here. It has a set timer. It has a 3-minute timer, so I can't really go faster or slower in this one. What I can attempt to do is to mitigate the amount of goals, because every time a goal is scored in Bumpin Hockey, the timer stops. So in an ideal scenario, you want a 1-0 either victory or loss. It doesn't really matter. So that's what we are aiming to see. We'll see if it actually happens. And there are a few power-ups in here that actually help, believe it or not, slow things down for us. I haven't seen any of them yet, but for example, there will be one where I could magnetize the puck to me and then just kind of like take it into a corner and let nobody mess with it. There's also one that turns the puck into like a 1-ton weight, so that it moves super duper slowly, which is ideal unless it's of course heading into a goal and you can't control it. Here's the magnet thing I was talking about. There we go, that actually saved a goal, and then I'm just gonna run around with it and hopefully no one steals it from me. There we go. No, I don't want you, I don't want any of you to score goals. I don't care. I don't care about your happiness. It's about speed running. All right. Yeah, and then that was almost an ideal. That's gonna score. That's fine though. We do need somebody to score. If you end in a tie, then you go into sudden death, which is obviously slower. There we go. So what I attempt to do is I attempt to kind of be a goalie for both sides, if I can, and then I will try to attempt to occasionally shove a puck into a corner or a wall, and then get the computers to kind of go along with me on that. Oh, there's the 1-ton thing. That's perfect. So you can't really move it super well. There's also like this is similar to the magnet for the puck, but you can also like kind of have the string with your partner to loop it around. But yeah, I'll be attempting to try to get as many of the power-ups as possible, because a lot of them, weirdly enough, are used. No. Okay, that's good. That's good. A lot of them are useful in slowing the puck down, as it turns out. So this is actually going pretty well so far, believe it or not. No, no, no. Yeah. Yes, I saved it. This is actually going pretty well so far. We're over 2 minutes in. We've only had the 1 goal scored, so kind of ideal. All right, blocking. But yeah, there's not much more to say, unfortunately, about Bumpin' Hockey. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're just trying to make it so that people don't have fun, I guess. I don't know. I'm having fun, but the computers are probably not having fun. No. Okay. Wow. I've only gotten a 1-0 like 2 times maybe. And we might have another one, which is kind of wild. Like sometimes there'll be as many as like 12 different goals scored, which is kind of nuts to me. Wow, that's the best it could possibly go. Incredible. Yeah, that was a gold split. Look at that. Ideal scenario. Now we have a different kind of mini game that is also puck based. It's called Own the Puck, and we're gonna do something similar to what we did with Power Surge, which is try to take somebody out of the game. This is kind of like what's a good example? Like if you're a Halo player, like an oddball situation where you like hold on to the ball, and the more you hold on to the ball, you get points. Situation like that. As you can see, the puck will change colors depending on who's holding it. So you want somebody to get to 300 points as fast as possible is the idea. So yeah, I'm trying to take out. I think Brooke Burke is who I'm going to be trying to take out again. At the moment, right now, Whopper Jr. is cleaning up, which is ideal. What's up, Brooke? What's up, Brooke? You don't need to be worried about that, Brooke. You don't need that puck, Brooke. Don't worry about it, Brooke. Brooke, come on, Brooke. Come on, Brooke. Brooke. There you go, perfect. Beautiful. All right, and then we have the second iteration of Bumpin' Hockey, so we will be done with Bumpin' Hockey after this one, luckily. But we do have one more Power Surge, which is frustrating. But if you didn't get enough hockey before, here's some more hockey and an immediate goal. Immediate. We do need a 1-0. Can we get a second 1-0 legendary status? Probably not. There's the second goal. Shouldn't have talked. Should not have talked, but that's fine. All right, so let's see. Yeah, this is just another instance of hockey. Then we'll have one more Own the Puck. I don't think we've done the second Own the Puck. We only have one more map, so there's like five or six maps. Each have 2 games on them. We only have one more map after King's Court here, which is called the Monsoon of Doom. And I believe Monsoon of Doom has both the Own the Puck as well as Power Surge. So yeah, two of those slower ones, unfortunately. But the main category in Big Bumpin is a tournament mode where you try to win as much, but we also have a category where you lose every game too. It's just a little bit more frustrating and time consuming, especially in a marathon setting. You have no control over the computer players, so you don't want to try to depend on them to get a good run in an ideal scenario. So all rides is great because you still get to see every game, every mini game, as well as it not being dependent on whether or not you need to win or not. So it's kind of an ideal situation, but it does tend to be an RNG kind of nightmare. But you know, the best kind of RNG nightmare because it has all those Burger King mascots from 2006 that everyone obviously loves. Give me that magnet. This is my puck. This is my puck, y'all. You can't have this puck. Oh, combine it with this. Oh, wait, whoa. I was gonna say combine it with the speed boost, but then it didn't go so well. Darn. Yeah, see, this is what normally happens. It's just goals get scored, goals get scored, goals get scored. But yeah, we got subservient chicken, for sure. And oh, what a power blast. Jeez. Yeah, it does not matter. It does not matter. Own goals, blah blah blah. I don't. Just get me through this timer. That's all I'm just trying to get around here. Get me through this timer, please. No goals. Nope. Let's see. That's great. Kind of great. Kind of great. Yeah, wow, that one. Oh, it's because that person has the bumper power up too. I was like, well, that is moving really fast for the 1-ton puck, but this, yeah, I actually have it on right now. It's like a bumper power up that hits things farther than they need to go. Stop own goaling, computers. But yeah, so you got to see the dichotomy. We got an actual 1-0 match, and then now you get to see the norm, which is like somewhere between 6 and 12 goals get scored. As long as it doesn't end in a tie, whatever, we're gonna be fine. That's the ideal scenario. All right. And also, yeah, you might be wondering, like, who's Brett, who's Joey, who's Jolly. I think these are just meant to, I don't think they're like actual people. I think they're game created characters, and some of them tend to be like Burger King workers. I don't know if they were like in the commercials or whatever at the time, or I'm not up on the Burger King advertisement lore, but if I had to guess, they're probably just game created characters. No. Oh, we were so close. Okay, let's see if we can manage this without any more goals, please. Cool. All right, whatever. That was pretty normal, in my opinion. Cool. All right, one more own the puck, and then one more power surge, and we are out of Big Bumpin', believe it or not. And then we'll be on to the third and final game in the Have It Your Way showcase, which is, of course, PocketBike Racer. All right, who are we gonna take out? I think right now it's looking like Whopper Jr. Maybe. Whopper Jr. Now, Whopper Jr., I do remember those commercials a while. I feel like Whopper Jr. had a lot of legs in the Burger King advertisement space. They had the whole Whopper Jr. They eventually went the whole Whopper family. You got like the Whopper dad, the Whopper mom, the Whopper kids. I remember. Let's see. I'm just gonna let them figure this out at the moment. Whoever wants to do anything. Okay, Brett. Oh, they're all kind of close. I'll keep Brett out for now, ideally. Whopper Jr. is in PocketBike Racer. So I tend to run as the king. It doesn't matter what character you run as PocketBike Racer. If you'd rather see me run someone different, I will. Feel free to throw that in the chat. If you'd rather see Whopper Jr., Subservient Chicken, Brooke Burke, you know, whatever you want. No, I don't want the puck to me. No. Cool. All right, one last mini game for the Monsoon of Doom. All right, Power Surge. Again, similar. What makes this Power Surge slightly better than the first one is that all of the goals are in one centralized location. So, as opposed to, you know, there was 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. So at least they all have to go to the same place and then return it to the same place, which is kind of an ideal situation. I'm actually just gonna hang back for a little bit and kind of wait and see how the first couple rounds play out, and then decide who I want to take out from there. So Christina's got 50 points. Looks like is that Alvaro or Brett? It looks like Brett with the points right now. Yep. All right, then let's see who gets it here. It's gonna be Alvaro, of course, not making it easy on me. Yeah, for some reason the T's do look like Y's in this because it looks like Brett is like Bray with 2 Y's at the end. I don't really know what the deal is with that. Okay, so maybe who do we want to take out? It's too close to decide, I think. Looks like this is going to be Brett getting some points. So we're not going to take out Brett. Let's take out Christina, maybe? Yeah, I think Christina's going to be the play right now.
That's going to come in handy.
And then they will do this thing where, oh geez, I got the points. I don't want the points. I don't want the points. I'm just gonna try and get rid of them as fast as I can. Cool, that's great. I didn't even have to return them all the way, good. I was trying to take Christina out from getting the points, but instead I got the points myself. But of course Christina does have them now. I think we're trying to aim for a Brett victory here in an ideal scenario. There we go. I made it so that Brett got the points a little easier at the very least, but Christina is being a little bit of a troll here. Easy, Christina. Oh. Christina! All right, I guess now we're going Alvaro, because Christina at least has a shot to win. So we gotta switch our pivots to, we gotta pivot our focus rather to Alvaro, I think. Easy, Alvaro. Okay, yeah, Christina can have it. Alvaro. Ow, Christina, I'm on your side now. You don't have to be cruel. No, Alvaro. Yeah, stop having fun, gamers. We're trying to speed run a video game here. All right, Christina should win as long as she doesn't get absolutely obliterated here. All right, cool. That's a victory, and we are moving on to the third and final game. PocketBike Racer. Last chance if you'd like to see somebody else. Looks like Brett, we got some Brett enjoyers in the chat for some reason. I think Brett is in PocketBike Racer. I could not tell you for sure, but I think he is. Whopper Jr. and Brett, it seems like kind of tied. Maybe we do Whopper Jr. for the lulz. I'll throw on a Whopper Jr. Yeah, there's some Whopper Jr. enjoyers in the chat. We'll do some Whopper Juniors. All right. Okay, we're gonna be doing a 150cc race. Cool. And there is actually some like shortcuts and stuff in this game, believe it or not. I wish I could switch characters in between races, but I cannot. So we're going to be doing the standard 150cc race tournament, which is basically a 5-map race. There are some, believe it or not, there's some speedrun strats. There are some speedrun strats. Cool. So we are a giant burger. Not feeling very junior at the moment, to be honest. This map is 5 laps, but is exploitable. So if you go about halfway through, turn back around, and then kind of start your turning here, you can see my lap counter just went up. So I only have to do about half a lap each time, which is a lot faster than doing a whole lap, as you might be able to imagine, even if the map is pretty small. So we're going to be, forgive the pun, we're going to be cheesing a little bit here, and getting our race on in the parking lot. This is what this map is called, parking lot. Oop, so we're using the bike that's called the White Lightning, which is by far the fastest, but it is really hard to control. And the controls in this game are not intuitive to begin with. So as you can see, there's a meter on the right side that has like a checkerboard that's filling up more when I hit these colorful boosts that are on the ground. The meter is actually functions as two different things simultaneously. One, if I press the B button, I can just deplete my meter and use small boosts, which is what we use in the race format. But I could also use them as items, in which the meter on the right delineates what item I can use. If I only have a little bit of boost, I can only use the first item. If I have my meter fully maxed, then I can use the top level item. So that is already the first track down. We're going to be on to Backyard Track, which has some developer intended shortcuts in it, but not like Parking Lot did, where I can just cut through half of the lap. But we will be schmoovin'. We will be schmoovin'. You can best believe that. But yeah, we will not be using any items in this. We are going to be conserving any boost that we get for actual boosting, you know, and you going faster, because we are trying to be speedy. That's the attempt. So one thing that I always like to point out as well is, so if you're a Mario Kart enjoyer, you know how, like, if you're trying to get that initial boost, you time your A press somewhere around like the 2 on the countdown. This, you kind of want to hit your throttle like pretty darn close to between 1 and go. So it really tries to make you work for it, which I thought was interesting. So I've already taken a couple shortcuts here. I'll go through them a little bit more as we get around, but we're going to drift here, and instead of taking the ramp, I'm going to take it like this so that I can get that white boost. White boost is the boost in the game that gives you the most in terms of the amount of meter fill up. So I tend to try to get that so I can boost a little bit more here. And then I also try to take a boost off of that ramp because it just gets me a little bit more distance. Here's one of the shortcuts here. Just cut through the bush to take this back path here. And that is, actually that bump benefited me. I was about to run into the wall, but I hit like a cone or something on the ground, and it put me back into the right area. So that worked out. Thanks, cone. All right, and then we're already on lap 3. We're smoking all of these Burger King fools. So they wish they were as good as us. All right, we're gonna be boosting. All right, we're fine. I was able to adjust in midair. Yeah, so PocketBike Racer, as you can tell, obviously a racer. Pocket bikes, that might not be something you're aware of unless you kind of grew up in the era. For some reason, right around this time frame, pocket bikes, which are essentially motorcycles, or motor scooters, I would say, because they don't go that fast. Motor scooters that are very, very small but go very, very fast. So yeah, the Burger King, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make a racer based off of those. I remember as a kid, like a lot of like fairs and stuff like that, you know, they have those games that are obviously rigged for you not to succeed, but like they'd have as a grand prize like one of the pocket bikes or something like that. Very, very fun. Okay, so we're already through track 2. The third track is called the King's Garden. The King's Garden only has one shortcut, and it's kind of hard to hit. So odds are I might actually not hit it, but we will see. And it's also a very difficult, it's probably one of the more difficult maps, weirdly, because it has a lot of like right angle turns, which is very difficult to do in a motorbike here that is not easy to control. This one is really difficult to control. Also, you'll definitely see on this map, because I will inevitably be hitting a wall at some point. Oops, that's fine. We're gonna back up here. I will inevitably hit a wall at some point, but the walls in this game, I don't know if they're intended to make it trickier, so to like motivate you to not hit the walls, or what the deal is, but they are very notorious for like getting you stuck. Here's a shortcut, by the way. I overshot it some, but I did hit it, so I will take that. But yeah, basically taking that ramp in a slightly different way than the game intends, so you can jump a hedge and skip a good portion of track. If you do it well, you can actually do it where you just lip off and you don't like go flying like I did. But it is a little bit hard to control, and a little bit just, you know, because since you have to use a boost to time with it, just a little bit out of your control, to be fair. But so far so good. At least we hit it. We are on lap 2. Anyways, yes, the walls are very sticky. Like if you hit a wall, you don't just like hit the wall and lose momentum. You kind of like stick to it. I don't really know why that is. but that is what happens. Haven't really hit any. Well, there's an example of an item placement, which is basically like the banana in Mario Kart. It's like a little. I'm gonna say it's a burger patty. I don't know if that is what they went for intentionally, but maybe. All right, let's see. No, overshot it again, but at least still hit the shortcut, so I will take it. There we go. Luckily I did not get stuck there, but I'm trying not to hit walls as much as possible. There we go. Oh wow, I'm not used to running through with Whopper Jr. as much, and the burger suit is very appealing to look at as opposed to the King. So I am enjoying that. It is very goofy, very perfect for Big Bad Game-a-thon. All right, so here we go. I'm trying to hit this white boost and then drift. Oh, wow, actually, that was perfect. I actually finally got it. First 2 times through this lap, I did not get it, but I did get it there. This is actually going exceptionally well. Gotta take this corner a little slow every time in order to get set up for the ramp. Overshot it again. Way overshot it, actually. This is the worst overshot of all of them, but not a big deal. We did hit the shortcut all 3 times, so I am at least happy about that. All right, and then we just have one little overshot by a mile, one little extra bit of track here. Let's see if we can go. Yeah, this is one of the better times through the King's Garden for me, besides the shortcuts being a little slow. That was pretty darn good. I will take that. We're learning, we're schmoovin' in the burger costume, Whopper Jr. style. Very good, very good. All right, so next map is Under Construction. Under Construction is the biggest of all of the tracks, but it only has 2 laps as opposed to 3, and it also has a lot of developer-intended shortcuts that we can use to circumvent the other racers, including one that starts off right away. We actually have a shortcut immediately in this one. So we're gonna just tune here. There we go. It says wrong way, but you can ignore that, and then we can go right up through here. Saves a good chunk of track, but it does not set you up position-wise super well, so you got to be a little careful. Yeah, because actually I did make the jump, but yeah, you'll see this happens a lot, especially on this map. When you get stuck in a wheelie like that, you get stuck. Like you can't really do much to maneuver your way out of it, so it gets a little bit difficult. Here, all right, what we're gonna try to do here is we're gonna boost and hold back a little, and then hold forward, so we hopefully don't get stuck in the wheelie animation, but I am stuck and I really can't do anything about it. There we go. Unfortunate, but that's fine. We'll be taking a couple more shortcuts that are a little bit easier here. So we're here's one right here. We're gonna boost off of that and then kind of start drifting mid-air. There we go. There we go. And then this is one of the biggest shortcuts by far, which is just to drop down here. It saves you a lot of track. It saves you a ton of track. All right. Hey, chicken. You subservient chicken. Yeah, and there's just one that's in this game. I don't know if he's in. He might also be in Big Bumpin', but he's just called Biker. He just wears a motorcycle helmet. You know. Oh boy. All right, there we go. All right, can we not fall off? Yay! Almost every time I run this game, I will fall off that ramp once, but we did not fall off either time, so that's pretty good. I take those. Oof, that's kind of a bummer, but that's okay. Ooh, decked, but at least we didn't get stuck in the wheelie animation, I guess. All right, these turns tend to be a little bit tricky, because your momentum really tries to do you in here. But we are in good shape, it seems. Also worth noting, even though I am in first and it doesn't really matter at this point, there is no requirement to win every race in this category. You just have to complete them. Obviously, you would imagine that you would tend to come in first often, since speed is the name of the game in a speedrun. But you know, if for some reason I didn't come in first in any individual race, I'm not like disqualified or anything. So that's pretty good. We'll take that. We will take that. Cool. All right, and last but not least, the last map, the completion of the Have It Your Way showcase is upon us. We have one more map, Fantasy Ranch. This is one of the most annoying ones to do because it has a ton of twists and turns in it, sticky walls, and no real shortcuts besides one minor one. So it's quite a frustrating map, but I got a nice boost, but I got kind of out of control trying to swerve around people. Time will be ending after once we cross the finish line at the completion of this track. So we are almost upon us. I hope you have enjoyed the Burger King showcase. There's a good example of sticky wall there for you. Here's the one shortcut that I talked to, and it doesn't even save you that much time, to be honest, but it does have the benefit of having a white power up when you do. Oh boy. So I got hit with an item here, which reverses your controls. Very hard to maneuver in the moment. But we're out here trying our best, seeing how it goes, you know. All right, let's see here. Yeah, lots of twists and turns, as mentioned. Yeah, you can see it as well. All the boosts have cones attached to them, so you can kind of see like where they are ahead of you. But the cones themselves are very they're very rubbery to the point that they can just completely sap your momentum if you happen to run over one of them. Very obnoxious. Don't love them. All right, let's see. Let's turn here. Great. Ooh. It's also, I should mention, this is the one shortcut, but it is very easy in this shortcut to start falling off because it does have ability, as opposed to taking the other way where you can't really fall off as much. They have boundaries. That way it tends to be a little more risky, but you don't tend to be hit with items as much because you're not really visible to the rest of the players, or the computer players rather. All right, one more lap. It seems like the completion of the Have It Your Way showcase will be a success this time around, as long as something disastrous doesn't happen. That is a little disastrous, but not super disastrous, just a little slow. I think that was a very timely reverse control power-up that I was hit with, but we're gonna be fine. All right, let's see if we can navigate the caverns okay. All right, stuck to the wall. Oof. Let's see, am I gonna win this individual race? Probably not. It looks like Brooke Burke is kicking my booty. Let's see if we can overtake her. Oh, we might. Oh! No! And time! Woo! We did a little tumultuous ending there, but we did not only did we complete the Have It Your Way showcase in less than an hour, as you can see on your screen, 55 minutes and 23 seconds. We were able to take the complete tournament sweep, and it got a little close at the end there. And I would also like to highlight that 55:23 is a new personal best for me for the Have It Your Way showcase. So I'm very, very happy. So that is a new PB. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the Have It Your Way showcase as much as I thoroughly enjoyed putting it all together. These games are absolutely goofy. I highly suggest playing them. From a casual standpoint, they're just fun and dumb. So I think most of you, if you are here for the Big Bad Game-a-thon Speedrun Marathon, would probably enjoy playing them, but this one went particularly well, so cannot complain. Two things I'd like to shout out. If you're a fan of strange games and stuff like that, as well as some actual good ones mixed in there, feel free to shoot me a follow, twitch.tv/conception. I will be honest, have not streamed much lately, but I hope to be getting back to that soon. And second of all, as I imagine again that you enjoy awful and silly block type games, I happen to run a hotfix show for Games Done Quick on the GDQ Twitch channel called Awfully Silly, where we take favorite runs from the awful and silly blocks of past and hopefully of the future, kind of wherever we can find them, and then put them in a prime time slot as opposed to in the middle of the night where they tend to be in most marathons. So if you enjoy that, I believe our next episode is not going to be TV for a little bit. I recently got married and I will be on a honeymoon soon. I'm guessing my next episode will be October 16th. So if you're interested in checking that out, come on by twitch.tv/gamesdonequick for some ultimate silliness. But other than that, thank you so much to the Big Bad Game-a-thon staff and crew making everything work as flawlessly as they have. And thank you so much for having me for not one but 2 runs. I really appreciate it, and I hope you all enjoy the rest of the marathon. See you later.